a real estate podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Frank Garay, here with my co-host, Desiree Soliz. What's up, Des? What's happening?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Doing good, doing good. Market's still kind of interesting out there, isn't it?
Oh, it's definitely interesting. Interesting's being nice. It's a little wonky. It's a little different. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
interesting. Yes. Yes.
You know what I want to do? Now, if you're just listening to us, we'll do our best to verbally describe what we're looking at. But if you're on YouTube and you're watching us there, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. I'm gonna share a screen real quick. I'm gonna share my screen, and we've got here a it's a data source. It's here it's called real estate listings and market reports, but this is real time data being pulled from across the country from like CoreLogic, if you're familiar with that, right? They have like all the data on real estate in the whole world. And we
Yes.
put in here, this is Los Banos.
Yeah, Los Banos.
Las Banas. I didn't say it right. Sorry.
Los Banos, Los Banos. You can say whatever.
I'm like
it all works.
Banyo. You know what I mean? Like
Los Banos.
yeah, the bathroom,
Yes. That's
So anyway, here we are. And so in here, I think you and I both wanted to talk about this because it seems like we're a broken record, doesn't it, Des? Like we're saying,
Yes, it does. Mhm.
buy now, buy now. We keep saying, do something now. And
Yes.
I just wanted to point out here that on this chart now, if you're not seeing it, one of the things that we have here is average days on the market and median days on the market. And let's look at this. So today in Los Banos, said it right? The average days on the market is 52. Okay.
Yes.
But the median days on the market is 21. And I think it's smarter to go by median than average because
I do too.
yeah. So that really just shows us that, and to give you some perspective, on January 19th, the median days on the market in Los Banos was 56, right? So February, March, we're not even 60 days down the road, and we're down to 21. Des, tell us what you're seeing out there. Are you seeing things move quicker than they have been? Are you seeing multiple offers, or what's going on?
We're not seeing multiples, but we're seeing offers come in, and they are coming quickly, even on our higher priced homes.
Oh yeah.
And they're actually coming in over. People are afraid they're going to lose them. Even new construction on the releases, they are getting, they're selling out, and they are releasing new properties. So we are seeing a turn. There's a lot more activity, especially with getting pre-approvals. People are calling, asking questions. But everyone still is stuck on interest rates, and trying to explain to them. I mean, looking at the median list pricing has gone up, and we're going to continue to see that. And when these rates drop, the pricing is still going to go up. If
Right.
hopefully it flatlines and stays where it's at, but you're going to miss it. And it's definitely frustrating when we keep saying this and no one believes us.
I
But
know.
the data shows it.
It's right
The
there
data
in front
shows
of
it.
us.
I mean, it's happening.
What you're hearing too is kind of the resistance is the rates, though, right? That's what people are tripping on right now. It's just the rate.
Yeah, that seems to be what they're tripping on for sure.
Mm.
But I mean, the ways to make it work, and if we see the rates drop, and when they do drop, pricing is going to go up. They're not going to be able to refi. It's better to just, like we've said over and over again, date the rate, marry the home price, or however they say that.
Marry the home, date the rate. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something I'm seeing. It's just fear, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's going to crash." I mean, right here, statistically, it's showing that the market is not going to crash. I don't know why that's like embedded in people.
One of the things I do, Des, is I am kind of a real estate and market news junkie. Because it's been kind of part of my career. I've been doing this for 36 years, and a big part of my career was I reported professionally on the market for 15, 16 years. And so I can't shake that out of me, right? I still dive in and I still look. And the when you see the headlines, it's going to crash, it's going to crash and crash. Man, 9 out of 10 times, these are not credible sources that are saying that. They're just they're people with clickbait. They're people trying to get, it's just hysterics that people are doing. When you look at the more credible reporting sources, they're kind of going, no, it's kind of looking like it's going to be okay. Might see a little cooling, but then it's probably going to be, you know, increased home prices again and rates falling. And that's what the prognostication is. Hey, let's check Hollister. What's the zip code there?
95023. I think that's right.
We could type in Hollister too. There it is. All right. We got it
Yes,
right.
that's it. All
Nailed
right.
it. Nailed it.
I got it.
All right. So look at this. Now Hollister, a little different. Looks like things are
It is a little
slowing
different.
down in Hollister. Isn't that interesting? Just how far is
It
Hollister from
is.
Los Banos?
Like 30 minutes,
Like 30 minutes.
40
Yeah.
minutes. And
Yeah.
it's actually closer to the Bay Area. Like just seeing all of this, because then I follow the Bay Area too, and
Yeah.
nothing's lasting over there. They have like 30 people going through their homes. There's limited inventory. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, these are actually their numbers are a little bit higher, but the price point compared to Los Banos is a lot higher as well.
That's what I was going
So
to
and it's
say.
a commuter town. It's a commuter town as well. So people are commuting from Hollister paying what 875 median price of
Yeah.
the new listings, where Las Vegas was what 529. So both of those being commuter towns, that's probably the difference on
Yep.
why one has stuff lasting a little bit longer.
Indeed, indeed. That's exactly what I would think too. That's because we're looking at nearly $1 million homes here as the median. That's the median,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So,
crazy.
that's a lot of house to buy. And so those are
Yeah, no,
definitely
it is.
they're gonna move a little bit slower, but we're heading into the spring. One thing I am noticing though in Hollister is it looks like not too big of a difference, but a tiny bit of an itty bit of a trend possibly of inventory kind of slipping away a little bit here, kind of shrinking a teeny
Mhm.
tiny bit. So, that could definitely mean something there as well. But I mean, I think the bottom line is just like you're saying, it's like, I don't know, man. Waiting is risky. It's just risky. And I know
No, it
rates might be a
is.
little higher, but hmm?
It is risky to wait. I mean, a lot of people waited in 2020 and 2021 to buy. They're like, no, no, it's not gonna, and they
Yeah.
missed that boat. Just my thing is if you can afford to buy a home right now and you want to buy a home, why aren't you buying a home?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
You just got to. The other thing too is if even if you are shell shocked by the rate a little bit, man, these their sellers are still helping people out with the 2-1 buy downs. Like they're saying, sure, I'll give you some money, and then you can get your rate bought down, right? I mean, we've been putting people in at in the 4s and 5s on buy downs for their first year, just depending on how it's structured. And so it does give you that reprieve for a year, to watch the market where you could do a refinance and lock it up at a really low rate once the rates get there. So there's options. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is there's more that meets the eye, and it's worth having a conversation. Agreed, Des?
I agree. I have a question for you.
Yo.
Um, Now I know we have like the temporary buy downs, and I know
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people just don't always feel comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
Can they just buy down that rate
Mm-hmm.
permanently? Like,
Yeah.
what is how much is it going to average cost them to buy down that rate as opposed to just doing a temporary buy down? Because
So
I know
the
like sometimes they get wishy-washy about that.
Yeah, so you're not going to get as much bang for your buck if you do a permanent buy down because the law limits
Mhm.
how much a buyer can spend, whether it's coming from themselves or from the seller for a permanent buy down to permanently buy it
Mm,
down. There's limits on how much can actually be applied, right, to
okay.
it. So it would limit, but we do this quite a bit. We do it quite a bit,
Yeah.
which is very common to
Mhm.
have, 3 points paid, right?
Okay.
3% paid, and then get into the low sixes, or high fives. We do that as a permanent buy down. But when you're going for the temporary buy down, that's a little different because now you've got a seller that's paying for interest basically. And you want to get,
Mhm.
and the seller has to contribute this. The seller pays for interest. And then you could even stack discount points on top of that. So I'll give you a perfect example. We were working up a transaction just the other day, a jumbo deal, and we got a $766,000 first, and the seller, it was on like a $1.2 million property. So it's, the seller was contributing quite a lot toward a credit that we could use. We actually were able to combine a permanent buy down, like paying discount points, with a 2-1 on top of that. So we wound up getting this first at like 4.65 for the first year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it went
Okay.
4.65, 5.65, 6.65. So that was a combination of the two. Things like that are possible.
Well, yeah, you have to
You know
get
what I mean?
creative. So,
Things like
and in that, sorry, go ahead.
no, just I'm done.
No,
Yeah.
like in that situation, they can do a refi, and they're not gonna when rates do permanently drop, and if they're still locked in on that 2-and-1, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just
Let's
don't think
say
people understand.
let's say you get let's say you get 5.5. I'm just throwing numbers out there. And for the sake of compliance, these are all estimates. I'm not quoting APRs or anything like that. I just, these are ballparks that you could get from a website somewhere or something like that. So, but
Uh-huh.
let's say you were able to get, 5.5, right? So you go 5.5,
Mhm.
6.5, 7.5. So you're worried about that 7.5, right? You're worried about that coming your way 2 years down the road.
Yeah,
Well, 6, 8 months from now, if rates fall to 5.5, then you can just refinance at the 5.5.
good. They need to know, like, they don't know. Unfortunately, a lot of our buyers aren't educated in this, and that
Yeah.
is why we're here. We're trying to give them information,
Yeah. And
and
just
it's important to know and understand.
have the conversation. Just got to have the
Yeah.
conversation. Just got to explore your options. Because I mean, what's the alternative? The alternative
Mhm.
is you rent, you don't build any equity on your own, right? You're
Mhm.
subject to rent increases. And boy, oh boy, they tend to do that, right? Rent increases. I mean,
Mhm.
you're subject to that, whereas, I buy a
Yeah.
house, I get a 30-year fixed rate loan, my payment's not going to change. It's my house. I'm building equity. Why not? You know, I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyways,
Well, and they're even subject to eviction notices because people are going to see the values and they're going to start selling. My son just got a renew his lease because they're going to sell the home.
oh, there
So
you go.
now
Yeah,
guess
that
what?
sucks. Yeah. You're
It
all
does.
comfortable,
It
everything's
does.
cozy. You think you're just going to renew your lease, and no, we're selling, you got to get out, right? And then you got to go
Exactly.
find another
Exactly.
place, which half the time isn't very easy either, right?
No, and you got to pay to have your rental application process. No, it's a thing.
Right.
That's why you can buy.
Ah, just do it. All right, Des, if they want to
Just do
buy, they
it.
want to give you a call. What's the number? How do they get to you?
It's 209-587-2259.
One more time.
209-587-2259.
Perfect. And you could always look up Desiree Soliz down in the Central Valley. You'll find her. She's all over the place. She's very popular.
I'm all over the place.
She's very popular. So yeah, you'll find her. She's the best down there. So just give her a call and she'll hook you up. And if it looks like you want to try and get pre-approved, just send you my way and I'll hook you up there. And so, yeah,
Absolutely.
there we go. Well, I think we're good to go. Do it, guys. Have the
I do too.
conversation. Give Des a call.
Yes, please give me a call. Let me help you out.
All right, we'll get out of here. Des, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you, Frank. You have a great day.
You too. And for the rest of you, we'll catch you here next time in the Buy and Sell Real Estate Podcast.